Oh no, it must be serious. You've got me wearing the pink shirt today.
It is serious, Eiko-chan. My databanks have informed me that the money laundering scheme, Antstream, has been doing so poorly that it has now taken Epic Games' bribe money in order to stay running and reach a new install base.
Oh, I see, and you want me to talk about it. Okay, sure.
And Netflix for retro games.
So Antstream and I have history. On my YouTuber channel, years ago, I made a video called The Future of Retro Gaming Isn't, a response to a video by John Burton of Game Hut, titled The Future of Retro Gaming Is. The video was an advertisement for an upcoming service named Antstream, which allowed paying users to stream retro video games. On paper, it seems like a sweet deal. Play a whole bunch of video games without having to own them. The
Netflix for retro games.
Better yet, the publishers would be paid for the games that were included on the service. However, the video had this accusatory, inflammatory tone,
without piracy, in a way that supports the original creators of the classics we enjoy,
painting all ROM enjoyers as pirates, and implying all emulators were fiddly and overcomplicated. The language was designed to steer users towards subscribing to Antstream, painting a one-sided argument that essentially called you a pirate who didn't value their time.
It'll cost you less than 25 cents a day. That's all you can play for less than a quarter a day.
You had to stream these games as video, which of course can introduce issues with latency, visual artifacting and the like. Supporters of Antstream have said conflicting things. For some, the service works flawlessly. Others have had significant issues. The bottom line is, it's a streaming service. There's about 100 things that could go wrong, so if it works for you, then you're simply lucky, or don't care that much for accuracy.
I wanted to make sure that every time somebody is playing a game, the owner of that game is getting paid.
I argued previously that publishers getting paid does not equate to the developers getting paid, another line that was echoed in Burton's original video. A lot of the developers of these old games may well already be dead, and may their souls rest. But the money that they or their estate deserves is going to umbrella companies that own distribution rights. The claims of emulation bad was at odds with John Burton's statements within the video. From someone whose channel was entirely based on development secrets, emulation trickery, and game preservation, it seemed almost like the absolute antithesis of what the channel Game Hut had become about. And John Burton started hemorrhaging subscribers like crazy, at least for a short time. These days, you can't find his original adverts for Antstream that he posted. So much for someone who tried to pass off the importance of preservation.
And if you like what you see, please share this video and tell your friends. This is a real chance to preserve what we all love.
With the only remnants being what's left in my old response video. So as the computer explained so nicely for us, Antstream mustn't have been doing so hot recently. I mean, why else would Epic Games bribe them with sweet money? If you look at the store page description, there is no mention of this being a streaming service. It's only if you go down to the specifications that you'll see it mention the requirement of a low latency connection under Other. Reminds me of the time Arthur Dent found his eviction notice in a locked filing cabinet behind the sign, "Beware of Shark." I meant beware of leopard, fuck you. What I'm saying is, they're even hiding that it's a streaming service on the Epic Games Store because they know the very nature of their service is what's killing it. The boastful brag of over 1,000 retro games on the Epic Games Store page is certainly true. But if you're itching to play California games for the Mega Drive or Yeti for the Commodore 64, that says a lot more about you than it does the service. I kid. Well, on November 25th, Antstream is going to get an influx of new players, who will play Earthworm Jim, Mortal Kombat or Metal Slug for all of 5 minutes, and then never play it again. But that's all they have to do though, so long as, say, 1 in every 10,000 users says, "This is pretty good, I think I'll pay for ad-free." Antstream can only benefit from the Epic Games Store integration. It just speaks of a last-ditch attempt by a dying service to remain relevant when it barely was to begin with. there's only one place Antstream belongs, and that's 6 feet under the ground.